Before a man is trained to be a Green Beret, he must prove he's cut out for the job. This is Special Forces Assessment and Selection. Survive 2 weeks in hell, and maybe they'll take you.
Pick that weakness up, put it in your pocket. We don't need you.
Don't come to this interview unprepared.
What is wrong with you, candidate?
Army Green Berets are America's experts in unconventional tactics, subversion, and guerrilla warfare. They blend with the locals, and they survive with their wits. Their motto? Humans are more important than hardware. The right man in the right place devastates the enemy.
We're looking for an individual that has what I would consider the heart, the gut, and the mind to be able to do our business.
256 candidates assemble at Camp McCall, a Special Forces base deep in the backwoods of North Carolina.
They don't know how hard it's going to be, unsure about what to expect, but they're usually pretty excited and motivated, and they expect they're fully capable of accomplishing it. Unfortunately, for over 50% of them, that won't be true.
For the candidates, this is the most important 14 days of their lives. Most have trained years in preparation.
I believe in life you have one chance to look and dig deep, see how far you can reach inside yourself, see how tough you are.
I'm expecting to be challenged physically, mentally, even spiritually.
I grew up watching G.I. Joe and watching Chuck Norris movies, and that's what I want to do.
This is where you live. You're not going to go anywhere outside this area unless you are told to by cadre or you follow the information on the whiteboard. All right. Second, this is a HUA-free zone.
For the next 2 weeks, everything they do is observed.
They're always being assessed, and then that's pretty much the name of the game here.
There's no rank, no name. They're just a number. Everybody's equal. Everybody has the same stuff. Socks! Get them out of the bag. Unroll them. Hold them up.
We sometimes see people trying to bring enhancements, RIP fuel, and items that'll help them perform better. We definitely don't want that in the course. With pain medications, we don't want that either because the candidates will be in pain here. And there's a chance that they could do damage to themselves if they took too much of that medication.
That's how you try to sneak stuff in right here, huh? Yeah, a big pile of crap right here. Just no bottles of alcohol.
Do not end your SF career over something stupid like that.
Selection is run by a cadre of the Army's most experienced Green Berets. They're picking their replacements.
Turn around, number one. That's a bad roster number, you know that, right? Number one never makes it. All right, you're good. Go ahead.
Just be able to tell them the truth.
After years of relentless special operations combat, they're dead serious about who gets in.
All right, Candace, look, it's that simple, all right? If you're here for a tag or to wear a beret, just go buy it, all right? If you're here because you want to be part of a unit that does special things that other people don't do, and be part of a family, part of a brotherhood, a cohesion, then this is where you belong. But at the same time, you need to think about it. Your reputation follows you from here. If you don't perform here, you're not going to perform on a team. They only want the strong and the people that'll survive. We don't wait on the weak candidates. We do not wait on the weak at all.
The class is processed, assigned to their huts, and shaken down for contraband.
We have a formation coming up, and we'll hear what's next. Hopefully there's some challenge.
No one really knows what to expect. The Green Berets seem casual, and the mood is light.
1830 is the formation with
Okay, so it's definitely check. Word.
No one is giving orders. The only source of information about what's coming up is a small, dry erase board. Instructions change quickly, with little reaction time.
After that stress.
The Special Forces assessment and selection process has officially started.
Rules of the pit. There'll be no spitting in the pit. No puking. Don't step on
Everyone expects to get their ass kicked. But it's the psychological agony that always brings a class to its knees.
Are you going to get some teeth knocked out? Is everybody clear on that?
There's going to be approximately 12 men on a log that weighs about 1,000 pounds. There are times when we like to give direct feedback to the candidates, and this is one of those times.
This right here is like really their first actual gut check they have when they're out here, and this is the real deal right away.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Stay with the count! Stay with the count! 181, we just started! We just started! You cannot tell me that you're already weakening right now! What is the matter with you? All the way up, candidates! Get the log up!
You're not moving your head around the log. You are picking up the log and moving it around your head.
1, 2, 3.
Stay in cadence, not optional.
I got something that I know you can do. Y'all learn how to do it when you're on this, baby. How do you feel your back? Hurry up, candidates! Get on your back! In front of the log! In front of the log, candidates!
A lot of guys just aren't used to having somebody in their face screaming at them.
Candidates, you better start paying attention. On your feet!
Candidates who've spent years in the Army are conditioned to deal with aggressive confrontation.
Do the exercise, 173! We haven't even started yet! How do you think you're doing right now?
For the others just off the streets, it's overwhelming. Today is one of the few times the cadre yell. There are better ways to break a man.
If you can't do these exercises, we have something you can do. We have something you can do.
Right! Move! Hurry up! This is your interview! Show me what you got! Roll! What is your problem, 1-3?
The class is an hour into the log drills. Reality sinks in fast.
Oh, yeah, just too much.
You beat dummy then?
That's all I need to know.
Give me a 10.
A voluntary withdrawal means turning in your roster number. An immediate segregation.
Get your weapon and then stand by with those guys right over there.
We don't need you. Not one of you, all of you are weak. Hurry up, candidates. Roll.
This is definitely where it starts to separate the weak and the strong. We assess, but usually it starts here. They start assessing themselves. It's the time when most people realize whether they want to be here or not, really start setting in. You know, maybe I didn't prepare, you know, the physical aspect. Maybe I didn't prepare in the mental aspect.
1, 2, 3. 4.
Not motivated. Really don't care. Don't want to be here. Don't want to be here. Normally people come here prepared, and I look for the weak ones. Now I have to look for a strong one because you are all weak.
All the way up.
With 12 people to a log, it's tempting not to carry your weight.
All the way up! Can you do this, candidate? Is this log heavier than the other ones you think? Could that be it?
Exactly what the cadre are waiting for.
7-5. Every time I look down here, you're going to squat. You're just going to bend your knees a little bit. Kent, what'd you do to prepare to come here?
Sounds like what you said to me was you gave up.
So how come you're always on this end of the log? Why don't you switch out with a heavier end sometimes?
How do you think you're doing right now in your interview, candidate?
Pissing down my own leg.
Down your own leg, huh?
You might have quit written all over your face, but don't spread your disease to the rest of the log.
Understood, Sergeant.
These guys just have to realize the discomfort, kind of accept it, and drive on through it.
Get the log up!
Selection turns small problems into big ones.
What are you doing, candidate? You're so strong you can go ahead and lift that log up with one hand. Way to help your team out.
Number 218's shoulder is rapidly giving out. His body is shutting down.
Doing girl push-ups. And it's doing push-ups. Break your back.
But adrenaline and motivation fight off the pain.
It's going to be a long day.
218 isn't quitting, but he's been spotted.
How do you get out of bed in the morning, 218? What is wrong? Get your help!
You were instructed on this on the first day. You need to see a medic. You see the medic. Over at that blue truck.
Special operations medics are the most highly trained and experienced in the world. Their mission is critical.
That's it.
They'll allow the cadre to push the candidates to their physical and emotional limits.
Come on, guys.
Then step in when the risks reach a threshold.
It's not moving.
For roster number 218, selection is over.
This one's...
Now your legs are blown off and they're useless. You can't use them.
Hurry! 1, 2, hurry! Get your head in the dirt. Your arms are useless. That means your elbows are useless.
131, why don't you just go ahead and stop right there and take a nap? You're barely moving at all.
If you were picking up the pace, would he be rolling over you right now? Don't push him, roll over him, candidate.
Exhaustion, water, and hours of rolling equals nausea and vertigo.
Not for everybody, candidate. Not for everybody.
A Green Beret has to maintain focus and fight off physical and mental distractions.
Absolutely not.
At least let's go for a freaking 100 heart rate. What is wrong with you, candidate? What is wrong with you? Why are you throwing up over here? Get back in the pit. Everybody else is training but you, candidate.
Behind enemy lines, Special Forces leave no tracks. Nothing is left behind.
Hurry up, candidate. Get that weakness out of your face. Get right in everybody's path. You think that's going to keep people from rolling over it? Or do you think you ought to pick it up and put it in your pocket?
The medics step in. Number 90 has completely lost his bearings.
Do you know where you are? Hash browns? Yeah. Dizzy. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to PC.
As number 90 is taken away for evaluation, the log pit racks up more kills.
Hurry up, cat!
Within hours, the dream of a lifetime is over for 16 would-be Green Berets.
I just didn't want it anymore. Just kind of lost my heart for it.
Just not the motivation I used to, you know? There's no point in me doing it if I'm not going to put my heart into it.
You'll hear a lot of candidates say, there's something wrong with me on the inside. My mind's not in the right place. The problem is, before they came here, their mind wasn't in the right place.
After hours of punishment in the pit, the surviving candidates are commanded into formation.
Follow me.
Their day is just getting started. Nearly 260 of America's toughest soldiers have come to North Carolina to try out for Special Forces. They're just hours into a 2-week selection process, and already they're dropping like flies.
Definitely a crash course in pain.
I don't think there's really much you can prepare for it.
Every single person out here probably is going to be thinking about wanting to leave. And that's all right. It's just a matter of who's got the perseverance to stick with it and deal with the unexpected, because they don't know what's coming next.
Hurry up. Demonstrator, the 4 up and squat.
The 4 up and squat.
In cadence.
In cadence.
Exercise. 1. Raise right knee to the right elbow. On count of 4. Lower the right knee. 2, 3. 1. Recover. Move to the right foot up position. On the count of 2, lower the right foot to the back of the shoulder.
On the count of 3, move back to the right flat position. On the count of 4, recover to the starting position. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4.
Candidates are fighting off muscle fatigue. Under stress, simple tasks become difficult.
Can you not stand up on your own 2 feet? You having problems? What are you doing, candidate? They're tired after doing the logging, but they should have came here ready. Some of them days out, they get the glossed over look on their face, and we want to know if they're really coherent and know what's going on. You can't exercise while I talk to you? Do you like attention, candidate?
Negative, Sergeant.
So why don't you exercise?
I'm moving. 7.
No, you're not.
8.
Something funny?
Negative. 9.
And what are you laughing
Well, it's
about?
funny because I can't move. 0. Dang candidates. 1.
It's your body, you're controlling it, aren't you?
Roger. 3. 4.
That Al-Qaeda guy, he's been doing some PT. He can keep his AK up there.
We're not looking for somebody who reaches muscle fatigue, because that's what we're going for. We're looking for that person that really exhibits that pattern of either low physical fitness or low drive. You know where that bullet's going? Not in you, the man behind you, your buddy. You realize this is a young man's game, right? Maybe if you came when you were younger, you'd be all right with it. There's a window for this sort of thing. It's not how old you are, it's just how many miles you have and how prepared you are for it. You will see guys in here that are over the hill by some people's standards, and they do very well.
There's no specific physical type that fits the bill. You don't have to be a big, huge, superhuman athlete to do this.
Nobody else is sucking as bad as you right now. Stop! Why are you here?
I just want to succeed through the course, sir.
Because you want to succeed through the course.
The cadre only remove candidates if they violate safety protocols or for medical reasons. The only other way out is to quit.
I understand, sir, but you want to kick me out, but I'm not going to quit.
Simply not quitting is not enough.
I understand, sir.
We need people who perform.
Surviving 2 weeks is no guarantee that you'll get selected.
I'm not kicking you out. You can suffer through this. You heard of 14-day non-select?
I understand that, sir.
It's the most stressful part of selection.
Consider this your test within a test. You told me that you would start performing. Let's just see. Go take a break. Let's just see, 167. Let's just see.
No candidate is told what it takes to make it. Number 167 may have already failed this selection process, but he'll have to endure 2 more weeks of hell just to find out. At Green Beret selection, your mind is your greatest enemy.
We just did log PT and rifle PT this morning, and I probably puked by about 5 or 6 times. It's probably one of the top 3 worst things I've ever done in my life.
Puke free. Puke free.
I might have somebody else's puke in my pocket, though. Yeah. The uniform's probably going in the trash. It's done. I don't think I can use it anymore.
Selection is vicious on the body.
Next.
Injuries are a serious business.
Relax.
There's no penalty for seeing the medics. Hiding an injury is strictly forbidden.
And you're sure you didn't do anything that really injured them other than walk? Yeah. Yeah, you have paronychia.
An injury is no free ticket for a break.
You gotta get some drugs, easy fix, you're good. Okay.
If a quick patch job can't solve the problem, you're out. A new order is posted on the whiteboard.
This entire course, you have no idea what's coming the next day, the next minute, the next hour. You read the whiteboard, it says be in PTs, 5 minutes later it says be in uniform. You have no idea.
Prepare to operate in sub-freezing temperatures. Minimum ruck weight 50 pounds, not including water. Departure time, 30 minutes.
They're getting ready to go out there And some of them might know, maybe a guy's been through selection before, hadn't made it, hadn't been selected. So there's probably most of them know or have a pretty good idea that once they get off the trucks, they're going to walk. They don't know how far, you know, they don't really know where the route will be marked for them, and they're just going to walk until they are told not to or until they get to the end.
The class is dropped off in a remote forested section of North Carolina.
Your mission is to walk along a designated route as quickly as you can.
They're still pretty much clueless to what's going on. Log and rifle PT was a big shocker for everybody. I don't really think even the guys who really think they're prepared know just how intense that's going to be.
Face to your right.
We weren't given a time or a distance or anything really, just told to do our best and go that way. I mean, every step's closer to the end somewhere. Get there eventually.
We walk amongst the candidates in the later stages of the selection process. Kind of gives us an early snapshot that allows us to better assess the candidates throughout the course. We'll usually start out a few minutes behind the candidates and then take off after them. We'll just kind of observe the guys that are slow or straggling behind.
It's definitely the worst time physically in my life I've ever had. Yeah, this is definitely breaking my legs off.
One thing that keeps me going, never quit. That's what my dad always said. It's the only lesson there is.
Green Berets operate on their own, isolated in remote and hostile territory. It's critical for special forces to know how a man acts alone, unsupervised, and under severe stress.
2 road flares. Radio patch to your rucksack. Go take all instructions off the board.
Over the next 48 hours, they will find out.
You gotta be kidding me. Well, tell me it isn't so. I got 2 of them. Damn.
The candidates of Green Beret Selection Class 409 are deep inside the North Carolina woods. This is the STAR land navigation test. The distances, the dense terrain, and the time pressure make it a killer.
One event after the other, very little downtime. The body can't recover, it just breaks you down.
Basically, we've taken them out of a very organized, structured environment out to an environment in the woods. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Yo. What, am I your friend? We buddies or something? Yo. Last time I checked, I was a sergeant first class in the United States Army, Kennedy. Yo, is this even your weapon? No, your weapon's right there, is it not? I even know where your weapon is. I know this isn't your weapon. Yo. Next time, keep an eye on me.
Right, sorry.
35, I got my eye on you now, yo. So while they're out here, you'll see a lot of guys will quit because they've never been in the woods before. You know, they're cooks, mechanics, people that have never been outdoors, never land nav, aren't used to the elements of coming out here. You know, noises will scare them, bugs will scare them. They'll freak out. The weather's supposed to get colder out here, so they tend to drop really quick because they're not used to it. What we train in is what we're going to fight in. So weather doesn't play a part in our selection.
The STAR course covers over 50 square miles. Using a map and a compass, each candidate is given a set of locations. They have 10 hours to find them.
Go ahead, make sure you guys plot your points.
The points are miles apart and well hidden.
This is the big one. Very worried. But, you know, not crazy worried where I'll panic or anything.
I just hope I can find a point in the dark. I'm not too used to that one. It's pretty much been non-stop the whole time, just moving and moving and moving. Just got a few hours of sleep tonight. A few hours the night before. Haven't really stopped moving since we got here.
This is our chance to see their ability to comprehend and learn basic land navigation skills with a simple map, a compass, and a protractor. And we want the guy that's going to go out there and find all of his points, no matter what.
For the first time in the course, the candidates are completely alone. But someone is always watching.
unbelievably hard, especially in the dark. It's crazy. You don't know which way the roads are.
The camera teams use night vision systems alongside the cadre. It's pitch black and near freezing.
Getting ready to go out down to a choke point where candidates like to get out onto the road, get out of the woods, and try to keep their feet dry. It's basically cheating. Basically, I'm just going to be there, try to catch these guys in the act.
Before the navigation test started, the candidates were given very strict rules to follow. Cheating here is a bad idea.
You are not allowed to walk with your light on. You cannot navigate with your light on. You stop moving. He hunkered down a little bit. It looks like he's moving out again.
Isolated in a dark forest, a small light may offer some security and comfort, but it also may be a ticket home.
Why were you moving with your light on?
No excuse, Sergeant.
Okay. Go ahead and give me your scorecard at this time. He's been at this since 2 in the morning and he hasn't even found 1 point yet. It's not looking good for him. Roster number 43.
Yes, sir.
Okay, failure to follow instructions.
Roger, sir.
You're not supposed to be moving with your light on at any time.
Yes, sir.
It happens quite a bit.
The setup we have here is a thermal image, picks up body heat, tell where they're at, where they're moving.
The FLIR Recon 3 is a handheld thermal binocular system that can clearly depict a human figure from over 5 miles away. It's a special operations favorite. Body heat is almost impossible to conceal.
They cannot navigate on the roads. They can't walk on the roads. They can't walk within 50 meters of a road. If they're caught, they become what we call a roadkill.
The terrain is riddled with chest-deep swamps and thick vegetation. Roads offer the promise of dry and easy passage.
Rather than try and navigate through this thick area here or try and go around this pond right here, they'll try and cross right here.
In hostile territory, the enemy would set up snipers at a choke point like this. It's the perfect hide site for a roadkill.
There's a candidate right over there. What's your roster number, candidate?
148.
You got a headlamp on you, 148? Take a look down at what's beneath your feet. Now look at the trees. You see how they kind of line up? There's a reason this one area has got tire tracks and it's wide, which you just walked down. Let me see your scorecard, candidate. You have just become a roadkill. Continue your point and get off my road.
We got our little tricks that we do to catch them doing the wrong thing. The infrared floodlight, which allows me to utilize the PVS-7s or PVS-14s, which is what I'm wearing.
The candidates have glint patches on their vests. With night vision and an infrared light source, they are clearly spotted without giving away the cadre's presence.
They might hear me coming, but they ain't gonna see me coming.
Another candidate is using his flashlight to move through the woods.
He's mine. Just follow this ridge line. There he is. See him?
Do this in a war zone, and it attracts the enemy from miles away.
What's your roster number, candidate?
67, bro.
Be quiet. You're walking in there with your red lens flashlight. Therefore, you are being assessed for it. Give me your scorecard.
The candidates are spread out over miles of dark and treacherous terrain. Heavily outnumbered, the cadre needs something to even the odds.
Let's go get him.
You can run, but you can't hide.
What's up?
What is your roster number?
157, Sergeant.
200-plus Green Beret candidates are spread out on a navigation test in the remote North Carolina woods. They're outfitted with a new computer-enhanced T-shirt that sends back real-time information on each candidate's physiological condition. It's a critical safety tool, but it also broadcasts their location.
We're getting a regular transmission every 30 seconds. The motion information indicates that they're not moving, or their heart rate is indicating they're unconscious, asleep, injured.
We have a roster number 157 that hasn't been moving for 27 minutes. So we're just going to go down there and check him out and see what his situation is.
His heart rate is 54 beats per minute. Typically be associated with somebody sleeping.
Let's go see if he's sleeping.
The electronic surveillance team pinpoints the candidate's exact location by GPS. Something's off. The beacon indicates that 157 is within 25 feet of this location. His reflection vest should be clearly illuminating his position, but there's no sign of him.
Candidate, what's your roster number? Candidate.
What's up?
What is your roster number?
157, Sergeant.
What are you doing, 157?
I was waiting for daylight, Sergeant.
Is there sleeping allowed during this exercise?
Negative, Sergeant.
Is there a reason your rucksack is camouflage? Where's the road guard vest? So you blatantly hiding your road guard vest?
Right, Sergeant.
Why is that, candidate?
Make it easier for me to stay hidden, Sergeant.
From who?
From anybody.
Who are you hiding from, candidate?
No one specific, Sergeant. I didn't want...
Name the purpose of having the road guard vest and all the other safety items we have.
Just to stay safe, so that way I don't get run over or get freaking...
So how does the cadre find you? For instance, if you're in this draw, hurt upside down, how do we find you if you hide your equipment?
I was going to throw it back on when I started trekking again, Sergeant.
When was that, candidate?
Pretty soon here. My alarm's about to go off.
Go ahead and lay down, just like you were sleeping. If you do the right thing, you don't have nothing to worry about. That's what it's about. What do you do when you're on your own? So let's say we're in Afghanistan. What do you do then? You're on your own. Foreign country with people who don't speak English. Do you do the right thing or do the wrong thing? So that's what we're trying to instill in them now. What do you do on your own? Get all your equipment together. Let's go.
Number 157 broke a serious rule when he ditched his safety gear and tried to hide from the cadre. For him, it's game over.
That could be a life-changing decision that he makes on his own accord. I even asked him if he thought he was still Special Forces quality. And I reiterated to him honor, integrity, failure to follow instructions, and he still said he was Special Forces quality. And I said, well, maybe at a later date, but the fact that you failed to follow instructions, basic instructions, you know, you're definitely not our quality, what we're looking for today.
You need to train, candidate.
Yes, sir.
Throughout the night, the candidates have been crashing through miles of dark and treacherous terrain. For those who have grown up in the rural outdoors, the land navigation test is relentless miles and tough terrain.
What are you doing, candidate? Why don't you get up and get moving, candidate?
Grow up in the city, and it's chaos.
It's taking you an hour and 45 minutes to get through this draw?
Yes, sir. Go to the formation area.
Time is up.
There's no loom or anything, so it's like being in a closet with trees.
I feel like a 60-year-old man, that's about it.
I've been running since the sun came up. I couldn't see crap, it was dark. Got a little turned around at night, so I ended up spending about a good amount of time just bumbling through the river. And when I got out, I had to run basically, it was about 12 or 13 clicks to my next point, and I basically just sprinted my ass to the third one.
Trucks bring in loads of candidates who finished at other checkpoints.
And candidates who have not finished
We have to start policing them up.
The cadre sweep up the last of the stragglers.
Go ahead and hop in the back of the truck. Don't lean against the tailgate, all right?
Voluntarily withdrew about 10 minutes ago. Coming out here, mentally, I just wasn't where I needed to be. I mean, physically, it can always be better, but mentally, I wasn't right.
Go.
It's just been a few days, and already the miles are tearing up the class.
That was an experience I'm pretty sure I'll never forget.
In 2 weeks, they will cover over 130 miles, often under back-breaking conditions. As the class moves back to base, the fear of failure sinks in for those who didn't hit all their navigation points. They are all about to look fear dead in the eyes.
This does not require your thing! Hurry up, candidate!
Before Green Berets invest in a man, they need to know what he's made of. Special Forces Assessment and Selection is a 2-week interview process designed to expose a man's strengths and weaknesses. The candidates of Class 409 are desperately trying to prove they have what it takes. They've been on the move for days. The steady, increased punishment is decimating their ranks.
Right there.
You know what day it is?
The guys that are still in the course at this point, they're tired, they're sore, they're hungry, they're starting to break down, and their physical response, they're getting smoked at this point.
For the men hiding injuries, weakness, or even fears, it's time for a reality check. This is the Nasty Nick obstacle course. 25 obstacles stretch over 2 miles. For candidates lacking upper body strength, balance, and coordination, this course is a killer.
You'll start here, report back to me. First 10 get in line.
Like everything else at selection, the Nasty Nick has a real-world purpose.
Beyond this, they're going to find themselves in situations, whether it be climbing to the rooftop or crawling through the tunnel to do a search or something like that. And we have to know that these guys are going to be able to reliably be in those situations.
It's one thing to claim that you don't have phobias. It's another to prove it.
What we're looking for is what things are they going to freeze up on? Are there any specific phobias like heights or tight spaces?
Maybe you didn't know you were afraid of heights. Are you claustrophobic? Are you going to freak out once you get into the tunnel? These are things that we got to know. One way or the other, we're going to find out.
105.
Right, is that the proper way to negotiate that, officer? And why are you doing it that way?
Special forces often fight in urban environments. Hands should be on a weapon, not on a ladder.
You had issues on my obstacle also, candidate.
Candidate, you're failing to properly negotiate that obstacle.
What if we were doing a surreptitious breach, candidate, in Iraq, going from building to building using a ladder? You would be unable to do it, candidate. We do it all the time.
Candidates, what does yellow mean?
Candidate, what about when it's high stress and bullets are flying, candidate? Candidate, get off my obstacle.
105, you failed to properly negotiate the obstacle.
You need to move out. Roger. Roster 105, Victor Whiskey.
I'm a little pissed off right now. Mostly at myself, not this.
Nothing on this obstacle course is optional. You know, 1 or 2 obstacles unable to complete, okay. But he continued to have issues with basically all the obstacles.
Go 137.
2 ropes, candidate.
Go 103.
You need to see a medic, 137.
That's fine, Sergeant.
Then continue to train. You timed that a little wrong, didn't you, 137? You need to see a medic.
No, Sergeant. Can I try again, Sergeant?
Negative, candidate. You've already failed this obstacle too many times. Move to the next obstacle.
As the course goes on, as they get more and more tired, that's stuff that they used to be able to manage. They can't anymore, and so you might see some of that fear creep in. And anywhere else in their life, they do just fine at heights. But when you add in fatigue and stress and all those other things, the ways that they used to cope with it, it's not working now, and so you might see them start to freak out a little bit.
The confidence climb. The mission is to quickly climb up and over a 50-foot wall with no safety rope. Falling can be fatal. Most of the class negotiates the wall without incident, but roster number 48 is frozen.
You have a candidate up about 2/3 of the way up on this obstacle, and he can reach the next rung of this obstacle, but he feels that he's too short and he can't safely negotiate it. What it is, it's not a negotiation problem. It's just he's trying to overcome fear at this point. He's getting caught in the moment.
I was really contemplating, can I do this? Am I going to be able to do it? Or should I just stop now? And those are some of the things we look for. Are they going to quit? Is it something that they are going to refuse, that they just don't think they will be able to do, period? Or will they be able to get through it?
48, you got 2 minutes to finish this obstacle or you're out of the course.
.48 confronts his fear of heights and pushes past it.
He just needs a little motivation.
For others, phobias stop them in their tracks.
Stand by over here. You were told if you didn't get up and over it, you would be a refusal to train.
Yes, sir.
Did you come down?
I did.
So therefore, your refusal to train. Do you understand?
Roger that.
Okay. Thank you.
I didn't want to be fully extended that high up, so I didn't. I don't know. I just couldn't get over the obstacle.
63, are you voluntarily withdrawing from the course?
Yes, Sergeant.
What is that?
Just froze. Never did that before, but yeah, I tried my best.
7 days left to go. 1/3 of the candidates are gone already. The ones still standing are sleep-deprived, disoriented, and physically wrecked. There are a few physical superstars who may think they have this thing in the bag.
I did pretty good. I'm motivated.
I'm great. After what? Past 7 days, we've been under 75-pound rucks, having nothing on my back and kind of floating through the sand there. That felt good.
If they knew what was coming up, they would shut their mouths.
Class leader! We're going to be out here all day.
Team Week starts tomorrow.
No, we can't! Stop!
Everything changes.
I pulled out! Push it, pull out!
At a remote base in the woods of North Carolina, some of America's toughest men are trying to get into Special Forces. It's the beginning of Team Week, and already 1/3 of the class has dropped out.
Did you have a different barrel?
For the first mission, the teams are given a barrel full of water representing highly explosive liquid, weighing 400 pounds, 5 poles, 4 tires, and some lashing straps.
He has to move a heavy object without a vehicle. They're just trying to build something to kind of take the weight off them so they can push it instead of carrying it.
The mission: transport the barrel over 6 miles to a target location in the allotted time. The time allowed to reach the objective is classified.
Let me think about this for a second.
Each team must figure out how to build a transport vehicle and do it quickly. What looks good on paper isn't always good on the ground.
Yeah, that's gonna be horrible. Let's redo that one, man. Yeah, we gotta redo that one quick and make it sound.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't it all what you plan on building? What is this? This is not what you showed me you were gonna build. The good idea fairy came, didn't you?
A little bit, sorry.
Yeah. In the Army, you have the good idea fairy. And the good idea fairy shows up and comes up with ideas that aren't so good.
Are you guys holding up on the back or?
This is team week. One man's mistake takes down the entire team.
We got enough rope. I want to use it to tie this down.
Do the wrong thing, and the team turns against you.
Run it up and make some bites.
We just keep it together. They do what they're asked. They all know that they're going to have the same opportunity to be a leader here, and we're all going to have the same opportunity to be a follower, and it works both ways. So, let me see. Watch out.
We're good. Cut anything down.
The clock starts running the second the team is given the mission. Team 4 rushes through their build and launches first.
Ingenuity, baby, ingenuity.
All right, get some big guys up here, up front. I need a couple big guys here.
It's a bad plan.
Somebody get on that rope. Hold on a second, hold on a second.
The sloppy lashing job has the frame failing under stress.
Get 2 guys on these. I got it. On these tires here. All right, let it down.
Team 4 must move 500 yards before a new plan is authorized.
It has to be tied to the apparatus, so we're pulling the apparatus. If we're pulling that, we're going to have the same situation happen, I think.
What do you mean, pulling the barrels?
Yeah, the rope's got to be The rope's not pulling the barrel, the rope's on the apparatus. Okay.
As Team 4 loses precious time arguing, the rest of the teams think their builds through.
I want that bar up as far forward as possible just so we get the maximize the leverage.
Lashed to 2 of these poles with enough room for 3 guys to sort of get right here and push.
A good design uses cross pressure to hold the frames together and distributes the heavy weight over the wheels.
All right, swing right. Let's move.
It's a balancing act. Spend too much time on the build, and there's not enough time left for the move.
All right, get the tires on that side pushed in too.
Rush the job, and the tough mission becomes sheer hell.
PL had a pretty much textbook plan. He was spot on. And then the good idea fairy came. All his buddies started putting in their little comments. And we have this thing here that's trying to defy the laws of physics. So it's probably going to be a long day for these guys, at least for this event. This thing's not going to make it too far.
Pull the right side. All right, pull even. We need to make some changes to it. We need to make them quick, because this ain't working. All right, get off the side of the road. Get off the side of the road, guys.
While Team 4 is paying for their mistake, the rest of the teams are on the move.
Hey, come here.
Hey, actually, we're looking for how well the candidates interact together as a team.
How's your back, dude?
Physical fitness, ability to start thinking outside the box, and looking for the candidates that are just trying to blend in with the crowd and not do the right thing. The ones that are just standing off to the side, not really putting forth an effort to assist the team.
Team 2 is at the head of the pack. They move a mile and stop to make minor adjustments. Success in Special Forces comes down to constantly adjusting to conditions as they evolve. The low-tech vehicles test the ability for a man to think quickly on his feet.
The lashings on the tire was pretty much the decisive point of this apparatus. And, you know, I think we kind of knew that at the beginning, but we kind of figured it out along the way. And it wasn't too late when we learned the lesson. That was the important thing. Yeah, but we can't use any additional materials. Let's go.
Number 206 has Team 1 cranking ahead of schedule. But there is a problem.
We're supposed to follow the railroad tracks until we can take a turn to the south, which means we miss our turn back there. We're supposed to be down there on those roads.
206 is off course, and now his mission is in jeopardy.
206, let's go.
His navigator steered them down the wrong road.
Sorry. Come on.
Pull out your map, candidate. Where do you think you're at?
I was thinking we were here. I didn't think we traveled this far.
How about you go back one road intersection? Does that look more like 80 degrees?
Roger that.
Amazing how this line navigation stuff works.
Roger that.
Hurry up, get your team back here, and get moving, candidate.
Hey, we gotta come here. Turn it around.
News of the wrong turn, and the chance of failure doesn't go down well with the team. The rope team takes off before everyone is ready.
Pull. Hey, watch out. Look out.
Back, candidate. Roll the apparatus backward.
Holy crap.
a candidate is run over.
4-5. Stop. Look at me. You see a medic?
No, Sergeant.
To continue training, Kenny.
Definitely on the left. How many minutes we got?
As Team 1 races to get back on course, Team 4 has barely started.
This lashing here.
Their problems are stacking up quickly.
I'm waiting on this tension to come off.
A pull there.
The leader is having trouble controlling his men and getting a new plan into action.
We're already committed to this. We're committed.
Infighting and blame take over.
Let's take this rope off of the
We all expect our leadership to make a timely decision. It's the leadership not listening to the rest of the group. You know, there's a lot of good ideas that's been flowing around the whole time. We got to come up with a sensible plan that works, and so far we haven't been able to discover one.
Theo, you realize you're 2 hours into your mission and you're not even out the gate yet?
Roger, Sergeant.
What are you going to do about it?
We're fixing the contraption right now, and we're going to start moving out again, Sergeant.
What's wrong with the contraption?
The 2 bars in the back slid apart, Sergeant, and the barrel fell down to the ground.
That will happen.
Team 4 is rapidly chewing up their allotted time, and they're about to regret it.
Theo, if this thing's not moving in half an hour, you're carrying it in individual pieces. Track, Sergeant.
You guys are going the wrong way with that thing. Level ground here.
It's the first day of Team Week at Special Forces Assessment and Selection. The teams have to design a method of transporting a 400-pound load and then drag it over 6 miles of nasty terrain.
You're going to do something right the first time. Because if it's not right, it's going to fall apart.
The mission clock is ticking away. The soft sand and endless roads make the miles of pushing and pulling the equipment a torment. Mistakes create unnecessary pain. Build it right, pull your load, or suffer the consequences. Team 4 is way behind. Their contraption is disintegrating, and so is their morale.
Why don't we stop? Theo, why don't we stop?
We're switching positions, Sergeant.
You've only gone 50 meters. You guys are going to have a long, long night.
If they can't pull it together quickly, they'll need to hand carry all the equipment over 6 miles.
You can tell that with the looks on the guys' faces that they're kind of discouraged. I think probably just a little fed up with it at this point in time. And you know, everybody's got their own worries that they're worried about at the same time, but I just want to get the thing there.
Get off the side.
After 15 minutes, there's another breakdown and more arguing.
If you don't get it done now.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. How we're lashing this together.
What's worse than the leadership failing is that no one else has stepped up. Any one of these guys could step up and take control of this mission, but nobody has.
Out of warnings, Team 4 will finish the hard way.
This whole team's put forth minimal effort the entire trip. This is exactly what we're not looking for.
Team 4 is less than a half mile from the start point, as Team 2 finishes over 6 miles ahead.
Well, this team, they still have 30 minutes left on their actual time, so they did really, really good. Strong PL, that was a key factor in this team finishing fast.
It's our first activity as a team. We haven't really worked out those strengths and weaknesses, but we definitely learned a lot of those today. We had to be a little flexible. We had some difficulty at the beginning, and they were able to make something that lasted the whole way, like the lashings on the tire.
206's Team 1 is racing to recover from a missed turn. They're almost out of time.
They got approximately 12 minutes.
We're going to go for broke, guys. We don't have no choice.
Grab your hearts. Let's do this. Be smart. Come on. Almost there. Bring your pull it down.
You will not slow down another team, Team 7.
206's team pushes hard to save his mission.
Us passing the other teams and the apparatus holding together made us extremely excited. I mean, everybody is.
Come on! Come up there! Push it down. Let's go. Keep falling.
I'll give you a hint, candidate. You got 3 minutes to make it to the end of this fence.
3 minutes to the end of the fence! We have 3 minutes to get to the end of this fence! Come on, get me out!
Toward the end, our motivation picked up because we knew that we were close to the end. What really was getting us excited is because it was a possibility we were going to make time. So everybody started getting all pumped up, and we pushed through.
You see it? Straight ahead there. 25 seconds. Let's go! Don't run! Don't run! All the way through! All the way through!
Stop!
Stop!
What's that bottom number on my watch say, candidate?
3:31.
Oh, minute. 2 hours to tie some ropes and some poles together, candidates. You couldn't have done it a little bit quicker and gotten here and accomplished your mission on time. You failed by 1 minute.
Everybody's feeling the exact same as I am. Busted time by 1 minute, which is extremely upsetting.
Team week is on. 122 of the original 256 candidates have already dropped out.
How bad are they?
The missions increase to distances over 10 miles, and the heavy objects make every step excruciating.
They're on top of us a lot more, and they're constantly, upping the stress level and trying to drive us to go further, harder, faster. Rates way a little bit differently.
Everyone gets a chance to take charge.
You're gonna start off with the front left guy.
Stop! No, keep going. No, we can't. Stop! Hey, top off your water. You got 4 minutes to do it.
Get it out of the road.
Every decision is under scrutiny. Every small mistake delivers a huge consequence.
PL.
The Green Beret cadre crank up the heat.
If you're gonna pass that team, you pass them. Sorry. Don't be playing this leapfrog. Pass them and then stop. Pass them and then no. Either you pass them and you commit to it, or you don't even try it. Understand? Yes, Sergeant.
The teams that perform well are the teams that support their leader.
Hey guys, we failed the mission.
It's just a real suck fest. You're going on maybe sometimes 4 hours of sleep. If you're not doing a ruck, you're doing a run. You got to work with everybody, do the event, check it off, and just forget about it.
There's so many different elements that are coming at these candidates, and really a lot of these things would replicate or, have merit on what's going to happen possibly downrange to these guys. It's arduous.
And the team has already dropped you. They don't even want you anymore. And SF, you don't hurt yourself, you hurt the team, candidate.
Time and constant pressure thins the class.
How much water have you been drinking?
Every chance I could get, sir.
Not when, how much?
Sorry, I've been drinking from our canteen.
You need to drink more water.
It's like war. When technology fails, it comes down to boots on the ground, heavy weight, and endless miles. Every mission tests improvisation, resourcefulness, and the ability to keep pushing under extremely difficult conditions. It's the backbone of the Green Berets.
Almost. Keep going. Almost.
Battles rage for days, so there's no rest at selection either. Candidates are forced to march at high speeds between events.
You can see everybody limping because the bottom of their feet are like just so tore up. It feels like someone took a sledgehammer and just beat the bottom of your feet in.
I don't think he's gonna make it.
Number one can't break the curse. It's too much.
Pull it together, man. Just didn't happen this time, okay?
Roster number one never makes it.
It's emotional. They've made it this far. They know they've only got a little bit more to go. They're really just giving it all they can. They got nothing to be ashamed of. It's hard to see a grown man just totally lose it in front of you. But we have to select, the very best that we can.
How can you prepare for something like this here if you don't know the method to the madness? It's a science. I mean, it's designed to break you down, test your will, see how much heart you got. And all you can do is just roll with it.
Broken, beaten up, and borderline delirious. Survive the next 48 hours, and hope to God you make the cut.
Bring it, this is awesome.
You okay, man?
This will definitely test who the hell you are.
It's entertaining, huh?
Don't try this at home, kids.
I get you guys rucked up. Good. And meet me over there.
The men that came to Special Forces selection unprepared are gone. 132 out of 256 remain. They're taking the beating of their lives, with 48 hours still to go. Team events are designed to punish those who fail to work together.
2 piles over there. So both of the pilots go in one pile, the lashings go in a pile. We keep ourselves in a group, except for the poles. You can stack them with the rest of the poles. You got it?
All right, is everybody good?
The mission requires every member to push the limits of brute strength. There's no room for personality conflicts. The team that fights will simply get smashed.
What we have behind me right now is a down pilot event. The candidates are required to carry 2 simulated down aircraft pilots and a sensitive items box. The down pilots weigh between 275 and 300 pounds each, and about 90 pounds worth of poles, and the sensitive items box weighs about 60 pounds, so it's quite a bit of weight. This event is very demanding on the candidates. It'll start to break some guys down.
The downed pilot event is similar to the water barrel event, but today there are 2 heavy objects per team. And something's missing. Wheels. With 50-pound packs, the distributed load per man increases to a bone-crushing 150 pounds.
Hey, can I get a break over here? Yeah, here too, man. Just going to the inside.
There's some points out there whenever you just sucking so bad that you kind of wonder what the heck you're doing this for. You look to the guy to your right and you know that he's feeling the same thing you are. You just got to keep pushing it.
The finish line is over 6 miles away. Team 4 has been at the back of the pack since day 1.
Do something.
With only a few hours of sleep per night, fatigue has them cutting corners again. They have created a 300-pound wrecking ball that's impossible to carry.
Nobody needs a break. Let's go.
Another bad plan, with brutal consequences. A man is down.
What's going on with you?
Feel my hip, and it was just like popping in and out. And I hyperextended my knee during land navigation. I don't want to blow up my leg.
Just let it relax. Back in the back here?
Roger.
Just below.
Right there.
All right. I'm going to take him into the TMC.
As it stands right now, losing 155 shouldn't be that big of an issue. Then again, you know, the psychological factor of losing a guy could impact the team greatly. We'll see.
It's an unfortunate event. Hopefully he's not injured too bad.
A man down means longer turns on the stretcher. Team 4 is not the only team suffering.
You all right, Ken?
Yeah, I'm fine.
The teams are getting crushed. It's decision time. Run the weak into the ground or carry their weight and preserve the unit.
The person next to you. Pick up the apparatus and continue to move.
The downed pilot mission delivers a knockout blow to every team.
You see a medic, Evans?
Hey, let's get these guys. Let's get these guys. Come on.
Pick up the apparatus.
Feeling sorry for myself. I just wanted to quit. I just want to give up.
You okay, man?
Just tilt your head backwards.
This course is just too much of a kick to the... I mean, if you're not absolutely, completely dedicated towards accomplishing what you want to accomplish, I mean, you're just not going to hold out here. Eventually, I broke through that somehow, and, you know, I felt like I reached a new level inside myself.
Loose on drop zone at the...
Team 4 continues to deteriorate.
2-1, requesting to see a medic. What's the problem?
My knee, right knee.
Roger, en route.
A second man is down.
We've covered about 400 meters since we lost the last guy, and maybe losing that one guy is already starting to have a psychological impact on some of the other members on the team.
What's going on, candidate?
Sergeant, it was flexed. It landed right here, lower right
So here.
Yeah, where's your pain at?
When we started losing team members, you kind of had to up your game a little more. And, you know, you have to push yourself a little harder. And everybody's frustrated, tired and stuff. And, you know, I try to pull as much weight as I could.
They just don't have it in them to say I quit sometimes. We'll find out shortly.
Short on manpower and motivation. Team 4 crawls in 5 hours behind the others. They're just in time to receive the bad news.
You're gonna have 10 minutes to break it down and get everything loaded up on the back of the truck.
This is only the halfway point.
Stop! Stop! Come on, guys, please. Wait, come on.
It's the last day of team events at Special Forces selection. Team 4 is over 5 hours behind schedule.
They lost a guy. They've started to fall apart. Now it looks like they're bringing it back together. So let's see what their future holds for them. They definitely have me guessing.
That should be, I'm tracking like, since that's
A new
like,
team leader takes over. But they are running on fumes, and it's a long way home.
It's one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. I try to reiterate team effort, team effort.
The mission is to move 6 miles back to base. But this time they need to move 2 800-pound trailers. There is a catch. 2 trailers, 2 wheels, total.
This event's just about thinking and doing it right the first time, but it's not supposed to be easy. If you're moving, you're moving, and you can make time. And that's the point that these guys got to make sure that they understand that, yeah, you're going to hurt. Everybody hurts. Everybody's back hurts. Everybody's knees hurt. You know, we just got to keep going, you know, to make time.
The rest of the teams are miles ahead. The weight of the trailers makes every movement excruciating. But by creating a counterbalance with the poles, the agony is mitigated.
Here, go. Move around the tray, I got it. Yes, sir.
I am not going to remind you again to not drag the hub.
Roger.
Continue.
Will do.
The basic rules of special operations apply. Behind enemy lines, leave no distinguishing trail.
Right there where that trailer's at. You guys see where we got to start dragging it from?
Yes.
Bring it back here. Retrace.
Stop! Full back, because we were dragging the axle.
Keep coming.
Back at the start point,
Ruck up.
Team 4 begins their last mission.
The team did its best to work with each other, and that's the important thing. We did our best to stick together.
They're wiped out and on edge.
Private, we want it on that track. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What the? Stop! Stop! I'm good.
They're a great set of guys, but sometimes you just have mess-ups along the way. It's what you make of it.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Mount Everest is climbed one step at a time.
1, 2, 3.
It's the only hope for Team 4. Small steps.
1, 2, 3.
And a lot of time.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Team 4 abandons the tools that are there to help them. They're desperate.
They are moving the trailer now with all the equipment inside of it. This is a pretty good illustration of the difference between candidates that put forth effort and those that don't.
Let's do this. One, two, three, lift. Let's go, lift it up, get the momentum.
For those who have finished, sleep is not authorized. Time in the huts is used for maintenance. News of Team 4's problems makes some candidates feel lucky. This is no place to get too comfortable.
Class leader!
Candace 77. You're the class leader.
Roger, Sergeant.
When I looked in your tent, what do you think I saw?
I was dozing.
You were asleep, candidate.
Roger, Sergeant.
I didn't see you move from the minute I looked in to the minute I walked out. Do you think I looked in other tents and found people sleeping?
Roger, Sergeant.
Get everybody in formation.
Roger, Sergeant. You know, that kind of surprised me. I was kind of laying around and, you know, I hadn't really taken care of myself, but, you know, you just kind of rolled with the punches as they came.
I'm gonna hope you guys stay awake. So, stay put.
Roger, Sergeant.
Any questions?
No, Sergeant.
A few sleeping candidates have screwed it up for the entire class. They must all stand in formation and suffer along with Team 4.
Left. Get some momentum. Come on, almost there. Almost to the top.
3 hours later, Team 4 limps into camp.
That was a very humbling experience. We completed the mission, but it just didn't happen in a timely manner the way the cadre wanted it to happen.
Just back it in there.
Overall, they did very poorly. There are teams that were done by 3 or 4 this afternoon, and here these guys are. Go back to Tent City, take all instructions from the board.
Team 4 is at an all-time low. 32 hours remain in the Green Berets selection course. At Camp McCall, it's an eternity.
We thought we were done kind of yesterday. This is really crappy.
Team week at Special Forces Assessment and Selection is over. The last team is back on base. But the torment is not over yet. Formation, Tent City, 15 minutes.
Yeah, let's see what we gotta do. God didn't tell us.
Your mission is to move along a designated route as quickly as you can. This is an individual.
Team week knocks the man down. Tonight, kicks him while he gets up. There are 123 men left out of 256.
Is unauthorized. All right, you've been briefed. Move back to your rucksacks and get it on. Launch, launch, launch!
The class is pointed down a trail. 65-pound packs, sleep-deprived and depleted. Nothing is more frustrating than a false finish line.
Didn't expect to, we thought we were done kind of yesterday. This is really crappy.
At this point, it's just a matter of basically putting your head down and digging deep, seeing what you got in you. I want to know downrange when the bullets are flying and we've walked and we haven't slept and that individual is going to be there. I'm not going to have to look around to make sure that he is there. He's that individual that's going to do it on his own.
He's parking it. Once them legs go straight, He's done. You sleeping, candidate? You just started, candidate.
6 miles in, a member of Team 4 is on the side of the road.
Today we were on the road all day until 11:30 last night.
And then you had to break the apparatus down, didn't you? And still push it. Now it's coming back to bite you, right?
Roger, sir.
All right, keep moving.
This forced march is over 20 miles. Focus erodes as the monotony of mile after mile racks up. Less than 24 hours remain, and 204 is in serious trouble. There is one thing that is never left behind in combat. Your weapon. His Special Forces career is slipping away fast. 204 turns around and begins the search of his life.
His buddy's gonna leave him in the dust because that guy's really limping. Are you sleeping, candidate?
No. My foot feels like it's busted.
You think it's broken?
I think so.
Why do you think that?
It cracks when I walk. Not sure what the issue is with it, Sergeant.
Don't you think it'd be better if you just pushed through it?
I'll do my best, Sergeant.
Today is 204's lucky day.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Yes.
The candidates stagger into the compound all night.
Horrible. Just so sore every single step. But, hey, you gotta do it if you want to get selected.
My head was out there. No energy. I was walking around like this, stumbling. I had to get used to it.
There's no mystery tonight. Finish or quit.
Feel sorry for yourself?
Negative, Sergeant.
Because all you're doing is letting people pass you, falling further and further behind.
The cadre sweep up the delirious. A simple stop to adjust gear, and the urge to sleep is overwhelming.
That was not a good time. It has to be one of the worst things I've ever done in my entire life.
For 2 weeks, the little white board in Tent City has been the only source of information. Tonight, it offers a sign of friendship.
Oh, yes, no more running. That's nice to hear. Oh, man.
Selection is a relentless mind game. Until it's over, never let your guard down. But this feels over.
They're done, they're off, they're getting some rest time, and they're just waiting for us to compile all the data so they can find out tomorrow who made it, who didn't. You know, we got one thing left, so that's pretty much it.
Hours from now, a lot of people are going home, devastated.
You didn't make it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Today is selection day.
Okay, so they're supposed to stay quiet.
Over 14 grueling days, the Green Berets and the psychologists have been taking extensive notes. Special Forces is not about statistics. Anyone can be trained to fire a weapon. But this job requires a high level of maturity and resourcefulness. Some candidates have made decisions during the course that require explanation. The Number 81 is boarded. He's given the chance to justify his actions in front of a Special Forces panel. His answers will decide his fate.
They're just sort of, I guess, maybe iffy on us. Or they want to ask us some questions. They're sort of halfway, but I'd rather be going to the board than them saying I'm not selected. So I did everything I could. I had 110%, so hopefully they saw that.
On average, 1/3 of those who make it to the end don't get selected.
I want to know already. Come on. It's taking so long.
See what happens, though. It's out of my hands now.
I just wonder if I'm gonna do this 14 days for nothing, really. You know, a lot of guys put their heart in this, and to find out if they don't get selected is it's a heartbreaker.
All right, first thing I want to say is, hey, congratulations, you guys made it to the end of the selection course. All right.
Leave to the big guy upstairs. You know, if he's supposed to be here, I'll be here. If he's supposed to be here, he'll be here.
It speaks volumes just volunteering and trying for this course. A lot of you left a lot of blood, sweat, and tears out here on the course.
I didn't come here to live with nothing. I'm hungry for it. I want it. This is where I want to be.
Whatever the outcome is, keep your heads high, whether it's on the select side or non-select side, because you did complete some of the toughest evaluations that the Army has to offer.
I say I'm 50-50. It's whatever the cadres say, because they've been on teams before. They know what they need. If they say, hey, this guy's not what the team needs, then I don't want to be there with the team if it's not what they need.
Let me just forewarn you guys, this is an opportunity, all right? It's not a privilege that's owed to you by any means. You guys earned the opportunity to prove to us.
You know, did I do something wrong? Did one of the cadres spot me on something that I wasn't doing right and decided that I was enough of a risk that they didn't want me on a team?
Hopefully we get to see each other again. I'd go to war with any one of these people.
What we're going to do now, we're going to do the selection event. So guys are going to find out, unless you guys want to wait a little longer. You guys ready to find out?
All right. When I call your number off, I need you to exit the back of the room, go toward the pavilion. Sergeant First Class Fagan will be there waiting for you and give you further instructions. Roster number 124. Roster number 4. Number 9. 18.
It's not known if the numbers are those who've made it or those who haven't.
44. 91.
Some of the numbers being called out of the room are physically strong and seasoned combat veterans.
195. 35. 91. Number 7. Number 68. 204. 24.
Last guy right there, make sure that door's shut. So knowing that we can't select everybody, we're giving you the opportunity to continue your SF training, which means you guys have been selected. Go ahead, make the hugs and kisses quick. We got a couple other things we got to do today. Part of being in the Brotherhood and in the regiment, it's not just a commitment, but it's a way of life. So you need to be committed to that way of life, and that day starts today.
Kept thinking about walking to my son and walking to my wife, you know, finishing it out strong and getting selected and moving on out of here.
It's a big dream. I've wanted to do this for a long time. And I'm glad I finally came out and did it.
I got selected. I'm pretty happy.
But right now I'm just thinking about going back home, sleeping in bed, and getting into a hot shower. Or I'm not showering with about 20 other dudes.
Oh, I'm excited, especially from yesterday when they had me come down here for the board. And then right after chow, they said the board's over. And I thought about it all night, so I'm really excited.
It's the best day of my life, I think. Couldn't be more happy.
The Green Beret is a dream for anybody who wants to be a Special Forces soldier. It's a culmination of all your training and all your heart that you've ever put into anything is what that means to us.
You didn't make it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You are not selected.
Most of the soldiers not selected are given the chance to try again. But this is the last 2-week class. The Special Forces are adding another week to the selection process. 3 weeks in hell.
It's tough, man, but you got to hold your head up. I made it to the end, so I know I can bust my ass if I get another chance to do it. So as soon as I have my opportunity, I'm back here.
Team 4 suffered heavy losses. 5 out of 16 candidates didn't make it. It's not uncommon for a man to try selection 3 or 4 times before he makes it. For most, this is the greatest accomplishment of their lives.
Congratulate each other and kiss each other's asses later. Get information, listen up for your roster number. We have other things we need to do today. You did not get your Green Berets today. Do not forget that.
110 have been selected. The only thing they've achieved is the right to start training. Less than 25% of those who try out earn the Green Beret. The specialized training takes over a year, and the physical and mental demands dramatically increase. But they will emerge as the world's most highly trained, unconventional soldiers.
I have a long way to go till I get the Green Beret, and it's going to be just as demanding as this. Got to make sure I keep my head where it needs to be and go all the way.
Years from now, a person from this selection class will be the right man in the right place at the critical moment. He will succeed. He is a Green Beret.